You ready for your question? Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. We don't have a bowl.
That's
Had I known, I would have brought a bowl. It would have been easier, but it's okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, ready? What's one book or movie that changed your perspective on life?
Oh, my God. Okie dokie. Well, the first one I can think of is, wait for it, The Exorcist.
No. Seriously?
Seriously. Here's
I love
why.
that movie. I
You
can't wait.
did?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
love that movie. I
God.
can't wait to hear this.
Oh,
okay.
no. Oh, okay. Well, we have a little different opinion about it. So I saw it when it first came out.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know, 19 or something. I was in college. I didn't want to see it because I am terrified of scary horror stuff. But my friends dragged me. Okay, so we go to the movie. So I see this girl's head spinning around, right? Round and round and round. And I think, I wonder if I could do that. And then I try to spin my head around. And, it went like, I don't know, 90 degrees maybe. It wouldn't whirl around. I was really bummed. I wanted to be like that girl. And then that wicked priest who came up with the big cross and all that stuff. And I thought he was more evil than she was. She was just a cute little girl who was possessed. So anyway, so I was so terrified and so traumatized by that movie that it actually gave me PTSD, Ellen. So I kept having like crazy dreams where I would walk down the street and I would see some people with their heads whirling around. I don't know what it is with whirling heads, but it was just so bizarre and so unnatural. And I thought, God, I wonder if there are real people like that. So I made it a goal for myself to travel to every single country in the whole wide world and look for people whose heads could spin 360 degrees around.
What? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's just like, stupid college stuff. So on a more serious note, God, there was this beautiful book I read, also in college, called The Reckoning.
Oh.
And The Reckoning was by this fantastic, wonderful writer named May Sarton. She was lesbian. She was an older woman. She was a successful poet. She was just brilliant and wise. And she wrote about the year that her partner had cancer and was dying.
Yeah.
But she wrote it in such a way that there was so much connection between them, so much honesty and intimacy and beauty, and sensitivity to one another. And there was joy. You wouldn't think there'd be joy in a book like that, but there actually was. And that book led me to decide early on to work with cancer patients and their families.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about going from like The Exorcist to that.
To
I
cancer,
love that.
I know.
I mean,
it's all really
No, I love that. It was just
dark.
like, it was like, I had no idea where you were going to go. I feel like I've heard of this book because I am queer myself.
Right.
So, about this, but I don't, I'm trying to draw from when I think I heard about it.
I highly recommend go read it.
My grandmother passed away from cancer, from breast cancer when I was 13. So,
were you close to her?
I was very close to her.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, what was she like?
She was awesome. She was my dad's. She was my paternal grandmother. Grew up in Spokane, Washington, Eastern Washington, and then moved to Southern California. And my dad was in the Navy at the time, so he ended up following her to Southern California, and that's why I was born there. Otherwise, I probably would have been raised in Eastern Washington, which would have been interesting because my mom's Filipino.
Right.
And I would have been a biracial child in the 70s
in
Eastern
Spokane.
Washington. So I was really close to her, and she lived a couple blocks away from me growing up, and she had a pool. We were just talking about pools. And and she was like very much a mother figure to me. And I still miss her to this day. Yeah.
Can you remember one of your favorite moments with her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me.
She was really fun. She looked like B. Arthur.
Wow.
And she was just really playful. But one of my favorite memories is we would do this thing. So she had a staircase and then a couple other stairs that went down into the living room area as you entered into the house. And I was short because I was little, and we would lay upside down. So imagine our heads like this on the step, and then we would draw faces. You're drawing eyes and a nose right here, and then you're laying upside down, and then you cover the rest of your face.
Oh my God.
And then you just at the time, obviously there's no cell phones, but my dad took pictures of us, and I have a picture of us doing that.
Oh,
and
that's
it's like
fantastic.
my favorite memory. Yeah,
God, she
really cool.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah, you would have gotten along really well with her. She was very cool, and
she wasn't afraid to be silly.
No, not at
love
all.
that.
Not
I
at
love
all.
that.
Not
Yeah.
at all. She was just so fun and great. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
So anyway,
beautiful. I'm glad you had her.
I'm glad I had her too, even for the short time that I did. Okay, I'll ask another. Oh, what's the most important lesson you've learned in the past year?
I think this is a lesson that I've probably been working on for the last 50 years. But this year, I think I made a little bit of progress. And that is how to be patient.
Oh.
How to be patient. And how to not only be patient, but how to accept what is. This year, it's been a year where I have to be patient and I have to have faith. Faith in people, even though there's a whole bunch of people that I'm kind of scratching my head about. Yeah. But again, practicing the fine art of listening and patience, and not trying to necessarily impose my own points of view on other people. Probably trying to listen and be patient. And patience is something I am terrible at, Ellen. I have a great example. So there was, I have a family member. I won't say who.
Okay.
And my family member talks like this. Hi, Julie. How are you? It's like, all right, get to the point.
Chop, chop.
What are you trying to ask me? Well, I want to ask you if there's any tuna fish in the pantry. And it's like, oh my God, really? It took you all that time to just ask me about that tuna fish. There is tuna fish. It's right over there. Just open. Yeah. So I have to say, it's okay. Be calm. Julie, calm down. Don't get frustrated, dear. Just be calm. I'm trying so hard to be calm, Ellen, and I'm failing miserably. So that's what I'm trying to learn. And the most important lesson there is be patient, because the slow talkers of America is real, and they're coming after you. So be prepared. There you go. That's one of the lessons.
Okay, that's a good one.
Boy, do you want to answer that question?
Patience?
Yeah. No, I'm like, what's the most important lesson you've learned this year?
I think my biggest one is, relinquishing control. I'm learning that like the things that I want to control are never they never turn out the way that you think they're going to turn out. Right. So that's, I think, the biggest thing. I have this expression of like just putting your bags down. Like sometimes it's like you're holding so much, and then, oh, it's so nice to just be like, I'm just going to put this down for a little bit.
Wow, I love that image.
So
Ellen.
that's like my thing. It's just like, I don't need to hold on to this. It's just not it's not serving me anything.
Yeah.
It's not serving me.
Right.
So,
right.
So
God,
yeah,
that's
I think
great.
it's kind of in alignment with yours too. So,
right. I love that image, Ellen. That's such a good image of, carrying these suitcases, that are loaded with stuff, loaded with trauma, loaded with history, loaded with everything. And, I went through a lot of trauma too. And what it reminds me of is coming out of the trauma, which often means it's something that was unpredictable that happened to you, and it was alarming and it was horrible and really a nightmare that you went through, and you had no control over it, couldn't anticipate it. So now, unfortunately, I anticipate everything months and months and months beforehand. What if? And I prepare for all of it. And it's all inside my head. I try to keep my mouth shut and not say, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that? What about
I think we're twinsies.
Oh my
think
God.
We're twinsies. I think we're twins.
Twinsies.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
We must be, man.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Anyways, please keep going.
Yeah. So that anticipation leads me to want to be controlling, right? If somebody else needs to make a decision and they haven't made the decision and time is moving on and they need to get themselves on a waiting list or, something like that. And they're not doing it. They're getting busy with other stuff. It's all I can do to like clamp my hand, not only over my mouth, my entire face. And just say, don't say it. Don't say it. My God, you're my twin. Oh, I'm going to remember this from now on. Mm-hmm. I'm not alone when I'm clamping my hand over my face.
No.
That's great. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the gift of companionship.
In
the anticipatory world. Oh, my God.
Right.
I anticipate every disaster that can be.
So do I.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I'm like, because I think it's also too like I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm not blamed in the end, or I want to make sure that like I said it, I said it. So just so you know, I said it. In case it happens. In case it happens.
Right.
And again, like I said before, like usually it doesn't play out that way. It doesn't, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
So yeah, my friends have this this thing that they say to me. They're like, Ellen, change your face. So when you did this, it's like, it's not just for me, that's what I'm learning now, but I'm also learning to like, I really have to like, just
flatten it, huh?
Flatten it out because because my friends would really say, Ellen, change your face. And I know because I can't, I just, you can read everything on me.
Yeah.
But,
But it's so cute. Thanks. You shouldn't have to change
your I'm an
face.
actor, so.
I know you are an actor.
So that's
what I was
why,
thinking.
like, that's probably what's, made me the bucks.
The brilliant woman that you are.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't say that, but I just, the facial expressions,
the mobile face.
I know I know what to do. I know what to do with it, and I need to not know. I need to know what not to do with it. That's the thing. At times, but I'm getting better. I think I'm getting better. Just just listen. And again, that's about listening, right? It's about listening.
Right.
Listening. Judgment.
like as, your partner is on a plane in the sky and you're sure it's going to fall out of the sky. Right? Do you ever do that?
I used to be more that way, not so much anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Now I just go, I just have to, that's the relinquishing. Like I just go, just, it's okay. It's okay. Like it's like I have to visualize like getting to the other side of it. Does that make sense? So I'm like, okay, instead of visualizing my partner just like crashing down in a plane, I go, I'm going to imagine her just arriving.
Oh,
and then,
that's sweet.
But luckily also now with technology, like we can just text each other on the plane. I can be like, are you okay? Are you living? Are you okay? So anyways,
you still breathing?
Yeah. Are you all right?
Please breathe into the phone.
But I still am that person. And I think it stems from my family too, is that like, text me when you get home. Let me know you're okay.
Right.
Do this, do that. Also a control thing. Women, we have to live in this different frame of mind in regards to our safety than like men do. Like men don't necessarily go, hey dude, call me. Let me know you got home safe, man.
We're raised from, 2 feet high to be mothers, to be caretakers, to worry about other people, feed other people, shelter other people, support other people, emotionally be there for other people, take care of other people when they're sick. That's quote unquote the job of women. And thank God that's changing. It's generalizing now so that lots more men are taking on that role also, and people who are more fluid in gender take on that role, especially within their community, which is really, really fabulous and beautiful. But man, women are stuck with it.
Yeah.
Really, because that conditioning is so deep. It starts in practically toddlerhood or something and just keeps going as we get older. And so there you go with are you home yet?
Yeah.
Are you okay? We're constantly thinking, is that person okay?
Yeah.
That's the caretaking of relationship.